what you're doing down my street. Barefoot again, can't fix a single thing. Curtis, leave them pipes alone, no need to swing. You lost your sandals and your pride last week. Got choked out again at tobacco plus.
You got mail.
Oh, I agree.
It is everybody's favorite segment. It is the Not Mott's Mailbag, brought to you by Lafourche Concert and Events Club. You guys delivered. We've got a loaded full mailbag full of questions. If in the future you want to send us a question, here's how you do it. The day of our podcast, which is on Wednesday, we post a link saying, hey, we're going to go live today. Drop us your question. You guys have delivered. If you want to get us a question directly, you got one of our numbers, DM us on social media, whatever you got to do, get us your question. But we jump right into what we're doing right now and want to know from the sponsor. The college football world is always gearing toward expansion. If you think they should, where do you think the SEC should look for expansion teams? Should they bring Tulane back in? ? I'm an SEC snob. I think adding Tulane would be an insult to the competitiveness of the conference. People are going to say that that's me being an SEC snob, but come on, realistically, what would they be very good at in the SEC? I would look more towards a Clemson. I would look more towards a Miami. I would look more towards Oklahoma State, those types of teams before I would look at a Tulane.
Yeah, I don't think Tulane brings much to that conference other than an easy win, but Already beat USC that one time. If they are going to expand, it's going to be the ACC is falling apart, and it's going to be some of those teams like a Florida State would probably fit in pretty well in the conference. North Carolina would fit in great. Duke would fit in great. Even though they're terrible, it'd be just good to see them lose constantly. And I'm not big on conference expansion. I think we're good where we're at. I think it's good to have interconference rivals stick together, and I feel like we're starting to mess some of that stuff up. It's getting a little too deep.
I hate the fact that the SEC has Missouri and Texas A&M.
Yeah, makes no sense.
And Texas.
Much less Texas and Oklahoma. Yeah, like I still don't consider Missouri and Texas A&M parts of the conference for real. My dad's generation, they're the same with Arkansas. Because Arkansas was a Southwestern Athletic Conference team. They still don't accept them in the SECs. I'm with you. I'm not big on expansion.
I'd rather go the other way. I want to go back to SEC without Texas A&M, without Missouri, without Oklahoma. I want to see them go back to the Pac-12. If you play in NCAA 26 or 25, I'm rebuilding the Pac-10
every time.
I'm putting the Texas teams back in the Big 12, getting all those Pac-10, Pac-12 teams out of the goddamn ACC, bringing them back to the Pacific. I hate the way the conferences have gone. Either break up all the conferences and just have teams competing, or let's go back to the old school conferences.
I like it.
I don't want them to expand anymore. I kind of agree with all three of y'all. Here's the way I would put it. I wish it would go back to the way it was and take out some of these teams. But if they are going to expand, the naming's correct. The most logical choices are probably Florida State and North Carolina. I hope that doesn't happen because I'm a ACC basketball purist. But what I would like to happen if they're going to expand is I would hope that it's a Tulane or a UL or, God forbid, if another Louisiana team wants to stand up, because I just think we need more than one powerhouse team in Louisiana in the SEC, similar to what Texas does. We have the talent. We should keep it here. And I think if a Tulane or Louisiana would be in the SEC, those programs would shoot up, and then another Florida team. So I don't care if it's Tulane, I don't care if it's UL, I don't care if Monroe or La Tech wants to be a GOAT. I don't give a shit. We need another powerhouse team in Louisiana besides LSU. And get another team from Florida, whether it's Florida State, whether it's FIU, Florida Atlantic. I don't know. I just think the same thing would happen if some of those teams get into a big power conference. That's the way I would do it.
Not to go too off topic, but is Louisiana Tech about to run shop in the Sun Belt?
Yes.
That's going to be ridiculous.
And McNeese?
I don't think so.
And when McNeese makes the jump to go to Conference USA to replace them, they're going to lose their ass. Like, oh, bro, we made it to the NCAA tournament. Well, Daddy's in Raleigh now.
Yeah. He's on one, too.
Who are your top three athletes of all time? This is from Jacob from the New House. Oh, my God, this is tough.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods.
Oh, I didn't have Tiger.
I'll go there. I don't care that he's a juice box. Barry Bonds. What Barry Bonds did in baseball was unbelievable.
We're going accolades don't matter, eye test only. This is how I see it. Michael Jordan might not have been the greatest athlete of all time. He was the most decorated athlete of all time.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going with Bo Jackson, number one. NFL star, Major League Baseball star, ran a 4.12 40-yard dash.
Oof.
I'm not sure the legitimacy of it, but this is what Google told me. I don't know if somebody was clocking that with their little Swatch watch, but 230 pounds running a 4.12, pretty impressive. Number two, Deion Sanders, another football/baseball star. Fastest dude on any field he was on, baseball field, football field, and the dude's agility was insane. You put him on the 49ers. 49ers are winning Super Bowls. You put him on the Cowboys. Did he win a Super Bowl with the Cowboys?
Sure did.
If you can make the Cowboys win a Super Bowl, goddamn.
Low blow.
Real quick, to that point, only player in history and only player who will ever do this, interception and a home run on the same day.
Right. I used to love when they would fly him helicopter from the Falcons game to the Braves when they were in the playoffs, and that was awesome.
Yep.
Number three, Calvin Johnson. 6'5", 239 pounds, ran a 4.35 40-yard dash, 45-inch vertical. Defend is the worst nightmare. How are you going to defend that dude? He's too big for you, too fast for you. There's no way to stop him. The only way to stop him,
put him on the Lions.
That's what I was going to say. The only way to stop him is to give him the quarterbacks that he had in the NFL.
He didn't win anything.
Honorable mention, Jim Thorpe. I don't know how his athleticism would transfer or whatever to current day. He might have been great for his time. Might be just a scrub these days.
I went current day, and I got an off the wall one as my last one. Jordan 1. I do have Bo Jackson 2. And my third is going to be Vince Carter.
Okay.
The dude did some crazy stuff, but he did not flip his jersey for a dunk contest.
He played 20-plus years, too.
He did some very acrobatic
Nice chat GPT about that.
Counselor?
I didn't know which way this question was, so I have two sets. I didn't know if it was who I thought were like the best stud athletes based on accolades. So with that, screw you, Nick, because I literally I had Bo Jackson and or Jim Thorpe, but I have Michael Jordan, Michael Phelps, and Jim Thorpe is who my stud athletes are. But if you're asking me personally who my three favorite athletes were, it's Tim Tebow, Tyler Hansbrough, and Baker Mayfield.
Very quick before we get to the next question, Nick brought something up about Jim Thorpe. We do realize that the guys from the 60s and the 70s still would be badasses today, right? Like they were smaller and skinnier and everything, but they didn't have the nutrition in it. Like all the people that tell me, oh, bro, Larry Bird wouldn't be able to play today. Oh, bro, Michael Jordan wouldn't survive because he didn't have a three-pointer. He didn't need one. That wasn't part of the game then. Michael Jordan had a work ethic that was such to where if he needed to make threes, he would have been one of the best at it. Like those older dudes, they still very much so would have been very good.
There's a meme floating around right now of what Larry Bird would look like if he played nowadays, just big, ripped up type of dude.
That's the thing. They were flabby because they were allowed to be. Like, if they needed to be and had the resources like the guys now have, hell yeah, they would still be good. 100%.
I mean, you got to realize Jim Thorpe played professional baseball and football. Well, football was primary, but baseball, and he was a decorated Olympian.
Right.
Like, your boy is an athlete. I don't care. And he was 6'1", 200 pounds.
There's a lot of people a little younger than me and like the 30-something-year-old generation, like late 20 generation. Oh, bro, them guys would get, like Jordan would get crushed by LeBron. No, he would not. Jordan was getting to the free throw line, scoring 35-plus points a game in an era where they didn't call fouls. Today, whenever everything's a foul, he would shoot 30 free throws a game. Like it's nonsense. But anyway, seeing the Teddy Bridgewater situation, do you feel that more state athletic associations will be looking into more coaches? This is from Gyro from the back nine. Absolutely, positively not. Nope. Because here's the thing about athletic associations. They are run by old people who are making lots of money and are content to do next to nothing. See also Louisiana High School Athletic Association and everything that goes on there. Absolutely not. The LHSAA will stop at nothing to not investigate something. So they are not going to be looking into more coaches. Absolutely not.
As my man Richard Mott says, oh, I agree.
Yeah. You said it well, Casey.
Good. Thank you.
Good job.
Tommy?
I took the opposite. I mean, I wasn't basing it solely in Louisiana. I think that they are going to start looking into it more because I think this is going to, unfortunately, open more people's eyes into, hey, can we get this school in trouble for this and that? And I think nobody's going to have the balls to stand up for the instance in particular situations rather than the way the system is. So it's kind of like similar to what happened in Bridgewater. I think it's going to start popping up all over the country.
So I think they're going to cater to the rules to be able to help out the less fortunate.
Yeah.
They got some bad press out of this.
Yeah, this might be an eye-opening type of thing for sure. Clucka from the Coop wants to know, how do y'all feel about Nuss's Heisman chances? See, this one is so interesting to me because for 6 or 7 games last year, I didn't think Nussmeier was very good. I thought he was scared. I didn't think he wanted to run. I didn't think he wanted to get hit. I still have PTSD from watching him throw interceptions against Texas A&M.
Southern.
Again, the one against Southern, yeah, I was actually at that one. He threw it in the end zone. I was taking pictures in. But after the third straight loss that LSU had, because they had a 3-game losing streak last year at one point, after that, against Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, and in the bowl, he was really good. And before you say, bro, it's Vanderbilt, those teams had good defenses. Vanderbilt beat Alabama. Oklahoma had the number 1 defense in the SEC. Like, he did it against teams that we maybe didn't expect him to. So how do I feel about his Heisman chances? I'm not picking him to win it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the list or as a finalist. I do think he's going to have a good season.
Are we jumping on the Nuss bus?
Dude, look at that list. Like,
Welcome to
who
the
on
bus.
that list is definitively better than him?
No, there's nobody.
There's no good quarterbacks this year.
Just give you the top 5 is Manning, Nussmeier, Kublik, Jeremiah Smith, and Drew Aller. Your boy from Oklahoma.
Mateer
is not on this list.
Where's Lenoris Sellers?
He's down there, but he's on the list. He's
18
like
to 1.
Yeah.
Julian Sayin, Ohio State's quarterback, he hasn't played a snap yet.
Oh, Mateer is here. He's 25 plus 2,500.
Isn't that the WWE guy that was been supposed to come but never came? Mateer?
Oh, he's gonna come.
This is not a good quarterback year, and for that reason, because it's become such a quarterback-heavy award, I do think he's got a shot.
I think he's got a shot, and like I hope to see less mental breakdowns. I think the Texas A&M game, he broke down. Obviously, he was hurt, but then you get a game like Ole Miss where he tore it up, and he's been hit or miss, but I think he's got the right mindset coming into this year. He is a true leader, and he's got a lot of pieces of the puzzle around him that are corner pieces that he knows where they go. And I'm anxious to see what he does. I'm gonna support him, but if he doesn't do well, I'm going to be the first one to say the Nuss bus is on fire.
So here's an interesting stat, and I didn't realize this till SEC Media Day. I think it was Weeks who said this. LSU has 7 players in their receiver room who were clocked running faster than 21 miles an hour during the spring. They have 4 wide receivers who run a sub 4.4 40.
They got a guy with a cannon.
And they got a dude who throws a deep ball. So this year, Brian Kelly went in the portal and got
Nick Anderson.
burners. Nick Anderson, the guy from Kentucky. They're going to throw the ball down the field, and who knows, maybe some of those passes that were 5-6 steps over the older guys might get caught this year. Just throwing that out there.
Was that last year or the year before we got the returner from Mississippi State?
Xavier Thomas, he's still on the roster.
I got so excited about that guy. I really like Aaron Anderson. I know he gets a lot of flack, but
he had a good year last year.
He did.
Beep, 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 beep. What's that? Oh, it's the Nuss bus backing up, telling y'all, okay, come join me. I'm on this Nuss bus and let's roll. We got a Heisman winning quarterback. We thought, oh, man, this Joe Burrow guy is not that great. Senior season came and crushed it. Oh, this Jaden Daniels kid, not too good. Senior season came in and crushed it. Nussmeier, last year, everybody said, oh, this guy sucks. Our coach sucks, which kind of does. But Nussmeier's coming into his senior season. He's got weapons at wide receiver. He's got studs at running back. We'll hopefully got a good old line. But I'm telling you, Nussmeier for Heisman. Let's get on that little train right now while you can.
No.
Don't come at me and say, oh, bro, he sucks. We said the same thing about Burrow. We said the same thing about Jaden Daniels. Nussmeier for Heisman 2026, 2025.
I resent something you just said there. Oh, bro, everybody said Burrow was going to be terrible. Bitch, I told you to take Burrow to win the Heisman before the season, and you did, and I think you lost a ticket after.
No, I cashed that.
Oh, okay, well,
that was
I was about to say, I did tell you before the season that year to take Burrow to win the Heisman.
Did the same thing with Jaden Daniels. Doing the same thing with Nussmeier.
Let's go, champ.
Got Nussmeier for Heisman and LSU winning the championship.
Tommy, tell me how terrible Nussmeier is going to be this coming season.
I don't think he's going to be that terrible. I think he's better than Jaden Daniels. But I just don't think his odds are going to be good to win because I don't think LSU is going to win anything of importance. Wow. And that's going to affect him in the voters' minds.
I like when Tommy says LSU is going to suck because LSU is usually pretty good.
Who won the Heisman last year?
I don't even remember. It was
dude from Ohio State. No, they won the championship.
I'm trying to make my point valid, and I don't remember.
It wasn't a quarterback for the first time. No, it wasn't Genty. Who beat
Travis Hunt.
Fucking dude from Colorado.
Travis. So that tells me you don't have to win to be a Heisman winner.
Good point.
But
now, in the past, it has been. But obviously,
Jaden Daniels didn't win. He won it.
So that's changing. The guard is changing.
Fair enough. Next question from Curtis from the street.
Curtis!
You versus Tiger in a 1v1. How many holes would it take for you to win a hole?
Oh,
an
infinity.
Yeah, it was an infinite amount. Never.
Yeah.
Never. Because here's
maybe Tommy.
Even when he's just like screwing around and just messing around at like these little charity events, he's still hitting the ball 350 off the tee, bro. Like
on the fairway.
Right. Like I can't mess with that.
When he broke his hip, I still wouldn't be able to beat him.
No.
Zero.
Infinity.
Zero chance. Tommy, you beating Tiger?
The answer I wrote down was 195 holes in a row because he had to literally fall asleep for me to beat him.
But would still be driving the golf cart?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Low blow to my guy.
How many holes would it take me to beat him? I mean, if when he falls asleep from exhaustion, I'm just going to hopefully still be up and wired and 25 hitting my way to a victory.
Our sponsor, Kyle from Golden Meadow, wants to know: Golden Meadow first cutoff versus LaRose. Who has/had the best community pool?
Are y'all?
You want to know something disgusting? Community pools.
Yeah.
Well, I've never been in one, and I never will be.
Look, the answer's got to be cutoff, right?
I don't know.
Hurricane's got the best swimming program.
Doesn't the Civic Center have a Ponchak pool?
Of course they do. It's the Civic Center.
How's the Golden Meadow pool?
I don't even think it's open, right? I mean, at one time it was legit, but he did say who has/had, so he did put the past tense in there. It's got to be the Cutoff Youth Center pool. I just feel like if we did a survey right now, which community pool have you swam at, the Youth Center would be the overwhelming favorite. And part of that, God bless her, and she's with the Angels now, was because of the great job that Miss Connie Colley did to promote the Cutoff Youth Center pool.
Marcus said in the chat, bring back the Hell Diver. That was at Golden Meadow. That was a big deal.
The Hell Diver?
Yeah.
Big, like they had a big high-rise diving board.
I mean, as a 10-year-old, it looked
Rodney Dangerfield.
Crazy. Boss says Campbell Wells better than community pools. I agree, and Campbell Wells smells better. So no winner here, Kyle. So
I was going to say, barring some unforeseen memory, I think the only pool I've been in is the Cutoff Youth Center's pool. So by default, that would have to be the most enjoyable pool down the line.
It just feels like that's the one that's gotten the most play. What is the proper amount of time for a person to sell out from annual planned events without a valid excuse? Archie from above the Intercoastal wants to know. Damien, this is addressed to you, sir. So
I'm going to counter question that is how many tears can a grown man cry in the course of 5 days?
I feel like I'm missing something here. I have no idea what's going on.
There's no proper amount of time needed. If you get in the situation, you got to do what you got to do.
I'm planning on backing out or something with 1 day of notice coming up real soon. So
that's going to be way worse for the community than me not going fishing.
Oh, okay.
72 hours. I don't know. I'm a guy. Look, here's the thing. Of the four of us, I'm the most likely to flake and make an excuse and not go type of thing. Part of it is because I'm a lazy ass. Part of it is because I have social anxiety and I'm on medication and I'm being vulnerable right now. And sometimes I wake up and I just can't be around people. I would say 72 hours. That's adequate.
I'm a social butterfly. That's my kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a social butterfly, but I'm not socially, whatever. I don't know. Fuck. I'll cancel at any time.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Enough. Okay. Budo?
I think probably amount of time is probably a week and a half. Valid for sellout.
Ooh.
You get 2 weeks notice that you're not showing up to somebody's little get together.
Week and a half.
Damn. How do you know if you're not going to be able to make it in a week and a half?
Okay, well, maybe a week at most, I think.
What if it's a pressing situation?
Yeah. Eye of the beholder.
Are you still mad about this, Tommy?
Oh, I'm irate about this. So. There is no mad about it. There was almost some, I'll just leave it at that.
I asked you on the actual main episode portion of the podcast, and then I knew that this question was there, so I just kind of tabled the conversation. All aside, how cool was it to see after that big, long 4-hour fight, whatever it was, to see that Goliath come out of the water and then have the marlin in the boat?
The only bad part was, besides it being the first fish that was caught and kind of tiring out half of our crew, it's that it kept, I don't know the proper term, but when the fish jumps out the water, it did it about 5 or 6 times. It literally just turned dark. So we couldn't get actual good videos of it. But it was caught on tackle that was not made for what we caught with it. So just the fact that happened and it was the first fish. I mean, that was pretty, that's a little bucket list, little life moment there. So some good did come out of it.
Next question is is it being framed to be in the Bado trophy room? Or did you guys release it?
Oh no, we got released. We didn't even physically put it in the boat. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Look at you letting the nice marlin swim.
See, I don't get all the animosity because I'm the worst fisherman. And I'm the worst attitude about everything. So I feel like it's a positive that I didn't go.
It's not so much about the fishing trip as the entire ordeal. But we could live to fight about that another day.
I'd like to think that I'm the worst fisherman.
I would have snapped lines. I would have been aggravated and just made everybody's time miserable.
All right.
But
if you want that around,
it would have been more alcohol drank and less people sleeping. So
I agree with that. Let's do Thursday next time so we can go party on Friday at the rodeo.
I was about to say I was posed with a Blue Boot recap that I didn't really get to enjoy it as much this year. I'll call it spade. The weather sucked. I mean, people showed 100%. Up for bingos and mimosas, but that was probably the only time that was kind of semi-dry. Fishing on Thursday, we had to dodge storms. Friday offshore was rough. There was some good fish caught, but nothing nearly as big as last year, from what I recall, looking at the board and stuff. So just all around weather wasn't good. So rodeo still killed it. It did its purpose, and people were awesome. I think it was probably their biggest one yet, barring the weather conditions. So that was pretty impressive. So, but definitely we talked about it. Thursday offshore trip is the way to go because that was just too much coming back in on Saturday and barely even doing anything.
I really enjoyed last year because we did go on Thursday last year, correct?
Correct. So we came back in and rested and recuperated Friday when everybody was playing cornhole, which we don't do.
I'm not a cornhole guy, but aside from that, one of the coolest times of the year is a Friday at Blue Boot. It seems like that's when all the folks come out, everybody's having a good time, and everybody kind of goes fishing on the Saturday. Now, they had a ton of people, but that's when you get a lot of out-of-town folks and whatnot. The Friday night is probably my favorite.
Hey, there was a little water cooler discussion amongst some of the folks over at KLEB. Are they going to eventually outgrow that pavilion? Because I was looking at some of the band shots. There was not any space to fit another human being there. At some point, is this going to have to almost become like a fishing event and then like a concert or something? It feels like they're outgrowing that space pretty quickly.
We were kind of discussing that. And now, look, I mean, I'm not negatively saying, I mean, look, it's great.
It's a great
awesome
thing.
cause.
Absolutely.
And the people that show up, it's just, for instance, they were so packed, they kind of like redid the table situation just because they surely had to. Because, of course, you don't want to limit something like that. But I don't know if it's going to grow to the point where maybe they'll have to like split up these bands and maybe one play at Bridgeside or something like to circumvent all the traffic. Because I mean, parking and stuff like that was atrocious too, you know. And of course, on Saturdays, the big draw is the LSU players. So you got people who normally would, have no care in the world about fishing, but I mean, that's going to be anywhere you have to say, hey, LSU people are signing. You're going to have a camp out, much less when it's for a good event and people could stay and party afterwards. It's a good problem to have, but they're probably, I don't know how you would outgrow the biggest place in Grand now.
Yeah.
Maybe you build something on the beach or go to Pirates Cove. I know they have like that old lot with, I think it was called A-Port that moved down the street and where it used to be right there. I don't know. Maybe you build a like a festival type structure that's just there for a night. To answer your question, yes, it's getting big, and it seems to only be getting bigger. So yeah, good problem to have. It's outgrowing tarpon. I wasn't around for tarpon in its heyday, at least I don't think, but this is more family oriented rather than just fishing and alcohol oriented. So they're definitely going to have some.
I have been to tarpon several times in the last 10 years. The Blue Boot Rodeo is way bigger than tarpon. It's not even a comparison anymore.
The only thing I could think of off the top of my head would be to bring in a temporary tent to put where the parking lot is, but then where do you park all these vehicles?
Right.
You would be literally on the highway.
Yeah, if you're putting the tent in that parking lot opposite the pavilion, but I mean, you couldn't block the marina's parking lot because you got people launching right there.
Right. So the only logical solution for us is to get that yellow house again, and we don't have to worry about parking.
Well, bad news. We can't because it got sold.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway. Next question. Marcus from LCL wants to know, what's your top 3 hurricane snacks? For me, of course, sunflower seeds. I'm a big Slim Jims guy. And I'm also a big Fruity Pebbles guy. I got to have my Fruity Pebbles. Those are my top 3
daiquiris.
Daiquiri shop's closed, brother.
No, Fruity Pebbles in your daiquiri.
Oh, in my daiquiri.
So if you don't have electricity, how do you keep the milk cold?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, we do have the generator, but yeah, that's good.
Pop-Tarts, any Little Debbie's, beef jerky. Sugar, gotta have some protein. Have you guys seen the ice cream Pop-Tarts?
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Oh, wait. Ice cream pop.
It's a miniature version of a Pop-Tart with ice cream in the middle, and it's a sandwich. It is phenomenal.
Hey, that sounds good. Where can I get that? Just like a Walmart?
At the Walmarts, bro.
Okay, so it's commonly released. Okay, good deal.
Yeah, my number 1 is Little Debbie's. You got your Star Crunch, you got your oatmeal cream pies, all that stuff. Any variety of that would be good. Number 2, beef jerky, specifically homemade beef jerky.
Hell yeah.
So
I wasn't getting
fire up the little dehydrator. Got a dehydrator for Christmas about 3 years ago. Still never opened it. Should open that up and make some beef jerky.
Fire it up, huh? Still in the box.
Yeah, you should make us beef jerky.
And number 3, I got sunflower seeds.
What's your snacks, Tommy?
I'm going to go with Bourgeois beef jerky. But if I can't have that, I'll settle for a Slim Jim. Cheetos, Puffs, and Monster Trail Mix from Target is probably the greatest thing ever invented that nobody's ever heard of.
Trail Mix is a good addition right there. You get the best of both worlds.
The Monster has there's different kinds. There's like peanut butter, but Monster comes with peanut M&Ms, raisins, and little call it chocolate chips.
So Nick's potato salad.
I'll have to get me some of that.
Nick's dehydrated beef jerky by sitting on top of the box for days on end.
Nick's dehydrator has dehydrated.
I'm fascinated about the answer from you guys here on this one because I think we're all going to agree, but I think we're going to agree for different reasons. Brian from the sidelines, angry after his team scores first, wants to know, how do you feel about Shaq's comments towards RG3 defending Angel Reese? If you guys did not see, RG3 sucks at everything, but he's been on this tirade of Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, and I know people close to both players. And just, as much as everybody has told him to drop this, he has been on this crusade. No, I'm not dropping. He's been defiant. And Shaq, who is a protege and then like a mentor for Angel Reese, said on a podcast last night. I think it was last night, maybe earlier in the week. RG3, I don't normally do this stuff, but like if you say one more negative thing about Angel Reese, basically I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. Say he's going to punch him in the face. Whether you like Angel Reese or not is irrelevant to me to this question. Whether you support what RG3 said is irrelevant to this question. I think most of us in Southeast Louisiana, especially after his really weird commentary when Jaden Daniels was a senior where he compared Jaden Daniels to Jesus Christ. Y'all remember that?
We don't do that.
Almost got fired.
What's so weird about that?
No, but it wasn't even like saying that he was good like Jesus. Like, oh, he's going to rise up. Like, just really weird. Almost got fired. I think we all would agree that if there's a list of people in sports that we want to see get an ass whooping, he would be on it. regardless of what he is or isn't saying, I want to see him get his ass kicked. Yes.
There's one other sportscaster that I really hate more than him. No, you're my favorite, Casey.
Thank you.
It was a linebacker. He called one of the LSU games.
Acho.
Yes.
I think
he is
him and RG3
awful.
had a little spat a couple months ago.
Of course.
Good. They should both. Never mind.
Danny Cannell's bad too.
They should both unalive each other.
Sure.
I'm with Shaq. Everybody knows my opinions of Angel Reese and how she conducts herself and the limited skill set that she has. But Shaq would legit beat the shit out of RG3.
Bad.
Like, he's punched Charles Barkley, who's his best friend now. I wouldn't take that very lightly.
This is 7'2", 330 versus 6'1", like 180.
With artificial hips.
This would be bad.
With Nick's 90-year-old knees.
Nick?
If I was RG3, I would enlist the services of Chris Dudley, former New York Knick, who probably wants to fight Shaq. Let them fight it out, and then you take what's left.
Okay.
Shaq should just shut up. RG3 just shut up. Angel Reese sucks.
Yeah, but you got to get follows.
Angel Reese doesn't suck, though, dude. Let me go and read you the stats of her last.
Here we go.
I'm going to go ahead and
every time a good game.
Well, that's the thing now, Tommy. They're all good games now.
Casey finds one good game a week.
No. Okay,
and then gives us the stats.
All right,
3 weeks ago, Casey said I'm done.
These are the last. These are the last 8 games.
So their season was finished.
18 points, 17 rebounds. 17 points, 18 rebounds.
On what shooting?
20. No, I'm gonna get to that.
All right.
24 points, 16 rebounds. 16 points, 17 rebounds. 22 points, 15 rebounds. 15 points, 11 rebounds. 19 points, 11 rebounds. 22 points, 10 rebounds. So y'all going to say, oh, well, she's rebounding all of her misses. Okay, that's cool. Here's the shooting percentages. 6 of 12, 7 of 16, 10 of 19, 7 of 16, 5 of 9, 6 of 10, 8 of 14, 9 of 14. She's one of the best players in the sport now. It doesn't say much about the sport because I don't think she's that athletic. But in the last month, she's been incredible. And, oh, by the way, Golden Girl in Indiana, 2 of 34 in her last 3-point attempts in games not played in Indiana. Just saying.
Second worst record in the entire league.
Okay, that's cool. Great. So she's on a bad team.
But she's so great.
You know who else was on a bad team? Caitlin Clark.
Thank you.
She was on a bad team.
And
now
you know what
good.
happened when she was out for a month? They still won. Angel Reese didn't play today. They lost by 50.
Why she didn't play?
Well, Caitlin Clark didn't play together either. They're both injured right now. They're both out. But case in point, like Clark goes out, the Indiana team stays afloat. The Sky lost 86-49 today.
Hey, you know what Shreveport and Chicago have in common?
What's that?
The area code is the same as Chicago's winning percentage.
318?
Yep.
Like everything that is said. She only rebounds her. She's got the shooting percentage up. She scored. Like, come on, man. Like, just give her some flowers. She's better.
Watch this.
Oh, she is better.
Watch this guy's free throw routine.
She's 100% better. We may lose a
Jay
Chris.
Gordon.
Tommy, what do you make of the comments?
I think Shaq just needs to shut the fuck up. And it pains me to say that because I love Shaq. He's one of my favorite basketball players of all time. But his obsession and his dealing attitude, whatever, with Angel Reese is just creepy to me.
But Angel Reese has said, hey, look, I want you to be my mentor. Like, if there's a kid on one of your baseball teams that's getting bullied by somebody on social media, you ain't going to defend them?
I'm not going to call my girl on my baseball team beautiful and stuff like that say all the shit that Shaq's saying about Angel Reese. Like, that's just like, bro, you've already been how many divorces? Like, calm down.
I mean, look, yeah, that part of it is kind of creepy. I'll give you that.
I have a new favorite player in the WNBA.
Yeah, whoever that is.
J.C. Sheldon plays for
bad.
the worst team in the league, the Connecticut Sons
Sun.
of Anarchy.
Connecticut's bad.
Yeah, but definitely worth watching.
Will one of you be running for parish president in the spring now that there's an open spot? Not Marcus from the top of the Yankees batting order wants to know. Oh, man, I'm considering. No, I'm kidding. Absolutely not. I have one. Just seeing the comments on the story that I posted today about the resignation is why I would never. They are ripping the dude to shreds. And look, I want to say this to every one of those people that was commenting. Oh, you got to finish your term. Oh, you quit. Oh, you did this. Oh, you did that. If tomorrow LSU football could get someone who was under a contract from another school that can make them better, you would sell your firstborn to make it happen. So don't tell me anything. Oh, you got to finish your term. You quit. No, that's selective. And then now, by the way, the interim is a guy from down the bayou. So what are y'all going to say now whenever, bro, down the bayou gets nothing? They hate down the bayou.
This guy's going to sell out the Thibodeau.
It's a guy that's from down the bayou.
Why isn't Brendan Mathern running for parish president?
I don't really have an opinion on it. Obviously, you got to do what's best for you and your family.
Yes.
I don't necessarily like the lineage of who's going to be leading us or potentially leading us. And no, I'm not running. But you bet your ass, council comes around again. DSP zone number 3 or whatever it is. We're gonna have some deal.
DSP for 3.
I'm hiring Tommy and Casey as my campaign manager, and we rolling. I'm 0 for 1 right now.
You know what really is interesting, and boy, I'm gonna sound like such a prick saying this. The fact that if you did that and I endorsed you, it actually wouldn't matter to some people.
Yeah.
Shows how sickening people are that they would listen to what I have to say.
So what's going to happen is they're going to come clip the shit we're talking now and be like, that's the people you want representing you? Absolutely.
And the whole, to say, most people would say yes.
We tell the truth.
The whole campaign is going to be Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I'm going to hire you as my AI guy, Nick.
Right,
you can make us campaign songs.
At his rallies, we're going to play little games.
And I'm going to have the group chat on everything. At the very least, we're going to get some followers.
Tommy, are you running for parish president? You're not eligible to, but are you moving back to Lafourche and are running for parish president?
My reputation precedes me down there. I don't think I would quite get the votes. But I think if we ran as a collective, we would literally run and at least make for great TV and press conferences.
I agree.
We could have the group chat town hall. We'd have the greatest speeches. We would definitely have the greatest merchandise to just give away to our supporters. If that were possible and we could run the GCP stable president in that way, when like, hey, I don't know, I want to go fishing, or hey, I want to go watch a wrestling match. Like 3 of us could take off and leave the one person in charge for the day. And we would still just talk to Brennan, and that'd be great.
Big Ramp, the president, and all of us in his cabinet.
Tommy, you have any aspirations to run for, say, judge or something one day? I heard you were a pretty good judge back in the day.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed. But the executioner, that was a great move. The adjourner, I'm sorry, the adjourner.
That was a good tag team. My first move as council person, group chat podcast, live in that little area they do the meetings in.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Then I'm getting fired.
Fair enough. Nick, you considering a run?
No.
All right, fair enough.
I don't think we'd get the Thibodeau vote after what Nick did Saturday.
We won't get the Market City vote. Thibodeau.
We're not worried about St. Mary.
Well, you were saying some real nice things about Shaw football with the white guys around.
Yeah.
Big Steve from the back wants to know, and this was a legitimate thing that was being discussed at SEC Media Days. Would you be happy if LSU struggled this year, Brian Kelly got fired, and Nick Saban came out of retirement to replace him? The reason why this question is being asked is because Greg McElroy said that someone in the know with Nick Saban told him Saban's coming back in 2026. Now, McElroy also continued and said he does not think Nick Saban would join an SEC school out of respect to Kalen DeBoer, so maybe he would go to another conference. But the way the question's asked, after years of on him, bro, he's a traitor, if Brian Kelly gets fired and Nick says, hey, I'm unretired, I would love to be calling Baton Rouge again, how fast did we go and delete all those tweets and welcome him back?
I'm torn on this. Yeah, no. Like to quote my favorite philosopher, Bobby Hebert. I'm torn because I do think he got out of coaching for a reason. I think that the NIL stuff left a really bad taste in his mouth. He can't be that disciplinarian dictator type of person anymore because the people just leave. Would I want him head coach of my favorite football team? 1,000%. I think he's still got everything that it takes to win. He's got that mentality. He's going to die with that mentality. But I do think he's probably sitting at his lake house prepping for college game day and having a great time sitting with Pat McAfee. I don't think he wants that runaround anymore.
I have a theory, and maybe I'm wrong. I said this on the radio this week. I'll say it here to this audience. If North Carolina has a good season this year, he's coming back.
That's a good point.
If he sees, hey, my buddy Bill, about my age, if he could do it, God damn it, I'm coming back. If the North Carolina thing is a disaster, he's staying retired. But I really think what happens in Chapel Hill is going to go a long way in deciding if he dusts off the clipboard and comes on back.
Just in general, how could you not want to just say to replace a guy that wins 9 or 10 games with the greatest football coach of all time?
But to that point, a guy who, if he won 9 or 10 games at Alabama, we'd be saying, "Oh my God, what happened? That's
what an off
year.
season.
That's such a terrible year." Yeah, you absolutely take him back.
Obvious answer is absolutely. Guy's got the X and O's. He knows how to run a program, knows how to recruit. I don't think he would want to come back because I'm pretty sure he retired because he is getting old and the college football landscape has changed a lot. And I think that's one of the reasons why he wanted to get out, because he didn't like the direction college football was going. It wasn't up to his liking, and he split, which completely understand. I just don't think he wants to come back, no matter how North Carolina does or whatever. He has a legacy of being the greatest coach. He's done. He can enjoy the rest of his life, sit around with Miss Terry, go on College game day, and just enjoy himself.
Here's the thing. You know what people like to do that are uber competitive? Win. You know what people can't do at College game day set? Win. I just think that when you're driven that way, you're always going to want that next challenge. I could see it. I hear what you're saying, but I could see him wanting one last bite. Tommy, what you think?
So my answer to this would be yes, because if your boy would get fired, that would mean LSU was playing terrible or not up to their standards. And then if Saban would come in, my goal would be that kind of what Nick said. He's old. He's not washed up, but the game is kind of past him. It's not built for him anymore. So they would just continue to be terrible because he would be set in his old ways and not have all the NIL. So I'm going to go with yes on those angles.
All right, so now let me ask this question from a different layer. There was a widely reported rumor that when Nick Saban left the Miami Dolphins and went to Alabama, he went to LSU first and said, "Hey, I'm not doing this NFL thing anymore. I'm back if you want me." And they basically said, Les is doing pretty well. They were going 11-2 and like having really good seasons. We can't move on from Les. That would be like really dirty.
How awesome would it have been if they would have?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. That's the next part to the question. Knowing that, if Brian Kelly goes 10-2 or whatever and has a solid season, but not like an invincible season, if you're Scott Woodward, who, by the way, is a big game hunter. He's the guy who got Jimbo Fisher from Florida State at Texas A&M, paid him all this money. Got Mulkey from Baylor, paid her all this money. He likes being known as getting the big guy. If Kelly goes 10-2, let's say they make it to the playoff, losing the second round, and Nick makes that call, Scott, I'm in. Would he have the to fire Brian Kelly and do it?
Knock, knock, knock. Les, get the out. Daddy's home.
That's what it should have been then. Would they do
and we
that
would all
now?
been like, what? We doing good with Les Miles? No, nobody really.
Nobody would have said that.
No, not for Nick. No.
You
no
know,
one would say
thinking through this, the big knock on that would be the game's passed Saban by. He doesn't want to deal with NIL. You could hire a staff to do that.
That's what Brian Kelly's doing. He's hired a lot of young coaches, and I think that there could maybe be some smoke to this if the LSU train goes off the rails. I'm curious about this reaction. Nick was told not to look.
I didn't look.
Rage from the old way to get to Morgan City, axed while selling magazine subscriptions, wants to know who would win a GCP home run derby on a Dixie Youth 8U baseball field. Tommy Bado would win.
That's my answer.
Tommy's the most athletic of all of us right now. Tommy would win.
Tommy, you ever played baseball? I don't remember you ever playing baseball or growing up.
No, I played in the Rose up until the pitching machine, and then I quit once I think it was because I needed glasses, so I thought I couldn't see the ball anymore, and I just quit playing baseball.
Maybe not.
The golf swing and the baseball swing are not that far.
No, it is. It is. So actually, during Game 1 of the College World Series, the finals, took the family. A couple members of the basketball team was on the road. We went to Drew Brees' place in Baton Rouge, Surge. You set up with this simulator. There's a million different sports. One of them is baseball. And they give you basically a bag of sports equipment, and you could go play whatever you want. I set the ball up on the tee, thinking I was about to roll this, and guess what? I hit the tee 7 times, and I just quit. I am not winning any type of home run derby.
I'm going with myself.
All right. Fair enough.
You can win the home run derby, Nick?
Out of us 4, I probably so.
Let's set it up.
Tommy, are you picking yourself?
Baseball is really not my strong suit, but I think I got a chance against all y'all.
Fair enough.
I think so, too.
Well, that wraps up our Not Mott's Mailbag, brought to you by Lafourche Concert and Events Club. It is storming out here in Cutoff, Louisiana. Stay dry, stay safe, all that good stuff for Dexter, which is making his appearance right now down the bayou. For Tommy Botto on the phones, Nick Hebert to my right, Damian St. Pierre to my left, this is Casey Gisclair signing off. Thanks so much for listening to the Group Chat Podcast. We'll be back next week.
Oh, I agree.
Curtis, what you doing down my street? Barefoot again, can't fix a single thing. Curtis, leave them pipes alone, no need to swing. You lost your sandals and your pride last week. Got choked out again at tobacco.